So today we are going to discuss the Metasploit tool, and so more or less this is a framework. So what exactly is a framework? Can anyone tell? Just want to see your understanding.
Methodology,
Okay, anyone?
structure, maybe
Okay,
the way one has to work.
okay, that's fine. So Alakya, is it possible to what call minimize these cubes?
I
Can you see the members icon, right, which says 6 on top? Or just try to
okay,
try to do a full screen kind of thing. Click on the three dots
okay,
on the bottom of the screen and next to disconnect button.
okay, okay, full screen. Still,
So the same thing.
it's visible.
Open picture,
Change,
exit, change layout. Okay, let me check change
right?
layout. Okay, spotlight. Yeah, that's fine. I have done that.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay,
you guys will be hearing lots of things about the framework. They say no, this is a Java framework, this is a Spring Boot framework, this is a security framework, blah 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 blah. So all in all, framework is a set of tools. Okay, so for example, if you take Metasploit is a framework which includes the scanning tools, exploitation tools, post exploitation tools, cleaning tools, as well as many other tools. So the suite of software is called as framework, which does the common task. Okay,
okay.
so Metasploit is one such framework, and Metasploit is very important for a hacker, for a pen tester, security researcher, a bug bounty. So now the question is, where can I use this Metasploit? You can use Metasploit to attack a web application, a network application, network system in which is on the internet or intranet. You can attack a mobile application. You can attack a Wi-Fi. You can attack everything, Raspberry Pi, IoT, cloud, everything. Okay. So give me a minute. Let me. Hmm. So whenever you see top 10 hacking tools, you'll definitely find the Metasploit. Okay. Now, question is, hey, Milan Kishore, this what is an automated tool or is a manual tool? So Metasploit is a versatile tool wherein you can use it as a manual tool as well as you can automate the stuff. Now, who owns the Metasploit? Earlier, it was a some community, but the community was brought by Rapid 7 people. Now, Rapid 7 owns the Metasploit. Okay. So this is a company which owns the Metasploit. Okay. In this particular training, right, what we will be learning. First one will be dividing the entire training into three parts. And guys, believe me, this is very important. If you don't understand anything, you can ask me questions. Okay, first one is um, basic. Okay, so we'll be covering this three level. It will be a 2 days course. And believe me, if you take a black hat hacker or red teamer, everyone use the Metasploit. And if you know Linux, Metasploit is very similar to Linux. I mean, it's the commands and the command structure. Okay, under basic, what we learn is What is Metasploit? Just 1 minute, guys. Guys, meanwhile, on your respective system, please join a call and turn your status as red. How to install Metasploit? Architecture of Metasploit, and in the middle level will guys. Can you please guys 1 minute? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. In the middle level, we'll be learning like how exploitation, post exploitation, and metapleter. Metapleter. Very nice. So please, metapleter. That's fine. Please, excuse the spelling mistake. In the advanced level, what we'll be learning is we'll be learning the reverse shells. So reverse shells, and in fact, all shells you can say. You can say we'll be learning shells, reverse shells, and creating malicious files files, and we'll be using a social engineering methodology to deliver the file to the end user, and we'll be trying to hack the system, and we'll be taking the total control of the system, and a little bit of port forwarding, and what else is left here? uh, okay, in the basic level we'll be using common commands, and what else we have? That's all, guys. So these are the few links which I recommend you guys. If you have time, just go and read this. So one is GitHub Rapid Metasploit framework. Another one is Metasploit Unleashed. This is by offensive security. So these are what we call authentic, kind of information. So this will be our reference guide or whatever it may be, right? So again, common commands will be using, we'll be using Metasploit for doing a basic task. So we'll be using a Metasploit with nmap, nmap plus Metasploit, Nessus plus Metasploit. Okay, manual scanning, and manual scanning and exploitation. So these are the topics we'll be covering in this particular training. Okay. So anything else you guys want me to cover?
I think you should.
Against
Nothing.
Windows. Against Windows means we are using Metasploit to hack Windows system as well as the Linux system, both the systems. Okay. Now, what is a Metasploit? As I told you, it is a offensive framework, and again, way to use, right? So it is an offensive framework that is used for offensive purposes. Means straight away attacking. There's no defense. Like now we don't use it for defense, but rather we use for offense. Everything like hacking, creating malwares, integrating a malware into a file. All these kind of things. So now the question is, where do we use Metasploit? Do we use Metasploit in an organization? Many of the organization will not allow to install Metasploit because it is a very noisy tool. So if you install Metasploit on each system, the antivirus, the firewalls, everything, in fact, invading, right? Evasion and coding will be using that as well. So ANCO. So evasion is we will be we call bypassing the firewall as well as antivirus. Encoding is again, again we'll be doing kind of zip files kind of things. Hey guys, can you guys go on mute, please? Okay. So these things. Now, where to use Metasploit? Number one, we don't, in a environment, organization environment, we don't use the Metasploit. Rather, we have a separate and dedicated lab wherein we install the Metasploit. So does Metasploit come with, any of the tools? Yes. So again, Metasploit is inbuilt in Kali and Kali Linux and Parrot and Parrot. Okay, guys, one more thing, right? So we'll be using Metasploit, as a pen tester, not a security researcher or anything else. But same skills can be used for other we call a black hat purpose as well. Okay. Second thing is rapid 7 expose. So now, again, if you remember, right, last time I told you, like, no, if the client asks you, hey, buddy, what, I need a automated scanner, a commercial scanner, and which scanner you recommend? So I told you, like, now, if you are talking about the network, then there are two good scanners. One is the Nessus, another one is the Nexpose. So Nessus is from a different company, Tenable, and Nexpose is from Rapid7. So whenever you buy Nexpose, and Metasploit is inbuilt in Nexpose. So what exactly is that? We'll see after some time. Okay. Now, third one. Can I install Metasploit on Windows? Yes, you can install on Windows and Linux as well. So this is about Metasploit. So any idea, any doubts, guys? Still here? Hello.
Clear none.
Clear, right?
No
Nothing.
doubts.
Ma'am.
Okay. So now the question is, I installed the Metasploit on my say I installed Kali Linux. It comes with a Metasploit notification. Next, what? So before you start the Metasploit, you need to do a few tasks. You need to run few commands. Okay. Say Okay, Metasploit uses PostgreSQL. So first of all, you need to what? Come on, guys. This is the first command you need to use. Service. That means you need to start the PostgreSQL service. Second one is you need to initiate the Metasploit database. How do you do that? Say MSF DB. Give me a minute. MSF console. MSF I think in it. This is the one I think probably command. So with this, it will initiate the Metasploit. Then you can type MSF console. This one word, right? Metasploit console. This will start the Metasploit. Okay. Now, how many ways we can connect to the Metasploit framework? So Metasploit framework. So now, first way is CLI. There's a command line or terminal you can say. Yeah. Then the command is something like no MSF CLI. So if you want to use my Metasploit using a your terminal command, you can use this command. Now the most popular one is MSF console. This will give you full control about to the Metasploit. Guys, can someone please go on mute? Okay. Third one is you have a web version as well. So wherein you need to type the IP address of the system when you install the Metasploit. So my recommendation is always use this Metasploit console, and this is the most powerful way of using and recommended way. So I got my Kali Linux installed, the latest one 22.04, and I will start my other systems as well. Do we have the system? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let me put it here. So this is my Kali Linux as a new version again. As you know, once we install the Kali Linux, the first thing what we have to do is we have to update the Linux. Come on. So I have done all the updated commands here. So I have included install this cherry tree, which is a note taking app. Just like a OneNote, we have one in Kali Linux as well, cherry tree. Okay. Now, as I told you, what? Give me a minute. Before starting the Metasploit, you need to initiate the database. So service. Okay, the status. Let me check the status. So my database is active, it's running. That's fine. It is that. And then what was the other one? Give me a minute, guys. That's fine. Okay, this is a command we use for initiating the database. The first command is uh, second one is msfdb. So now we are good to start the Metasploit framework. So msf console. So it will take a minute to start the framework.
None. Hello.
Yes, Varshita, please tell me.
None. Why do we need a database now here?
Where do you store the information then if you don't want to use the database?
Without database, can we start this MSF console?
No, you can start, but again, it's always recommended. If you start the Metasploit straight away without initiating the database, background it will start the database again.
Okay.
Okay, because this framework it uses PostgreSQL. Earlier it was MySQL, probably MySQL. Now it is using PostgreSQL. So I'm because I'm just doing it manually. But if you start the what call Metasploit, automatically it will also start the database.
Okay, what does it store, Nand?
Can you see the exploits? Exploits, auxiliary, 404, payloads, encoders, knobs, evasion, all this information where it is stored. And again, you will be doing your engagement, right? You will be doing lots of, you'll be giving lots of commands, output will come. So where you will store all these things. So earlier, before databases, we used to store in text document or something like that. After databases, we got two types. One is the RDBMS, relational database. Another one is NoSQL databases. So, but this one uses relational database.
Okay,
Okay. So we cannot, we cannot store the files on your, C drive or D drive. The whole framework it uses PostgreSQL to store the data. Can I change the Postgres to something else? Yes, you can change. But the recommended is, stick to the default.
okay, Nand.
Okay. So first and foremost, right, once my Metasploit is installed, now I need to update my Metasploit. So you want me to increase the font or this size is good?
Little bit increase it, Nand. Yeah,
Is it fine?
fine, Nand. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
First and foremost command, right? I really don't know Nankishore. You know what? I'm a totally new guy. So what should I do? Help. You can type help or you can use a question mark. Both the same. Okay. So let me type help. So you got all your commands here. Some examples, everything. Okay. We'll be discussing each and every command. So don't panic, and we'll be what differentiating these commands in different format, like different categories. Hello.
Yes, Nand.
Yes, Kishore.
Okay. So now, see if you see the first one is banner. What exactly is a banner? What it says?
It's a header.
Display an awesome Metasploit banner, right? Let's check what exactly it is saying, right? Control L is to clear the screen. Linux command, right? So banner. So you got this is a banner. Okay. Now again I'll give you the same thing. Again you can use the arrows just like what we use in Linux. It will change. Again use you'll get one more. Again use you get one more. You can use one more. So this is a banner. Okay. And Metasploit contains different kind of say modules or things. So we have exploits, we have auxiliary, we have payloads, we have encoders, knobs, and evasion. So we have 220 2272 exploits, 1191 auxiliary. We'll be discussing everything, I'm just telling. So if I know all these things, is it fine with Metasploit? Yes. Just we need to know what exactly are there, how we use that, and what is the syntax of using them. Hello. Okay.
Yes,
Now,
Nand.
Okay.
Nankishore, I want to see the version of Metasploit. Then just put version. The version is 6.2.3 development, whatever it may be, right? And now I want to update the Metasploit. How can I do that? MSFUPDATE update. This will update the Metasploit. Okay. Now, give me 1 minute. Let me. Hey, who's that? Can you please go on mute? Okay. So we'll be using this particular information like website, which is by offensive security. So this is one of the good community wherein they provide lots of examinations, and of course they are difficult, very difficult, and highly demanding and very expensive as well. So OSCP is one such course these guys offer. So we have what OSCP, OSWP, OSCP, all these things. You can browse to this website if, whenever you're free. So first one is what is Metasploit? Metasploit is blah blah blah. So just again, guys, I will be skipping the theory. Please read the theory. I will provide you the URLs. Okay. Again, if you want to,
Okay.
it's a kind of chat. If you want, you can donate some money. It's totally up to you. So this is Metasploit. Again, they have provided some information. What is Metasploit? It is for the most collection of exploit. It is also a solid foundation. Blah 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 blah. Read it if you want. So all in all, just let me summarize. Metasploit is a most powerful offensive security tool wherein we can literally attack any kind of system, including your what is that industrial control systems as well. Okay.
Oh,
Again, how this is about the lab. So I'm using Metasploitable 2, which I'm downloading in a minute. I'll include everything, right? So we have different things here. So let me navigate through the browsing, we'll call it the folder structure of Metasploit. Guys, one minute, this one, right? Okay. So guys, can you tell me, like, in Kali Linux, where all the tools got installed? Any idea? We have discussed this long time back as well. Hello? No? Anyone?
ma'am, can you please repeat the question?
The question is, when you install the Kali Linux or Parrot Linux or any security distro of Linux, so you have your Nmap, you have your Wireshark, Metasploit. All these tools will be installed in one particular place. What is that place? Location.
Slash etc.
Slash etc is for configuration.
In the
Guys,
slash folder.
Varshita, I totally agree. But again, you need to know those things, Varshita. We are doing pen testing since some time, and these are the basic ones, right?
None, you're not audible.
Yeah. Hello.
Just a minute. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. So these are the basic things. I really want you to learn these things, right? I always say, like, no, you should not forget the basics, the fundamentals. And I believe me, you can guarantee, like, you have not even opened the Kali Linux. So guys, please, slash usr slash share. You'll find all your tools.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So these are all your folder structure. So where is usr? This is usr. Okay. Here, cd usr ls. Where is the share? Share is here. Cd share. Okay. Again, you have all your tools installed here. It may be any distro, right? It may be Parrot, because since we use Parrot and Linux, so I'll confine my what call theory to Parrot and Kali. Okay. So check where is Metasploit.
Fifth row, fifth from last fifth.
Yeah. So we got Metasploit framework. Okay. Let me increase the um, control plus. Huh? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So These are all your folders and files. Again, guys, I will tell you the important ones, and whenever you get time, you can go through this particular document. You can read through all the what call folders and files. So the first we have this data folder, which contains all the editable file. Let's see what's inside that. ls. So you have some exploits, some files, blah blah blah, all these things. So we have word list wherein we can use. We have wm, these for web application scanning, all these things. Let's go back. So okay, give me 1 minute, let me open the same thing from here. Is it visible, guys? Hello.
Yes, Kishan. It's
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So we have usr, we have share, then we have Metasploit. Let's Metasploit, yeah, framework. So these are different folders and these are files. So we are very much curious about the modules folder. Okay. So these folders are very much important. So what is auxiliary? What it contains? Okay. For example, right, whenever you get any web application, what is the first step you guys do?
Recon.
Yeah. Then
Scanning.
exactly. The same applies to the network pen testing as well. So all your recon and scanning activities, related file scripts will be stored here, and that too according to the what the operating system services, everything. So if you go to the scanners, see we have different scanners. You can use scanner for scanning Jenkins. You can use for everything. In fact, I'll show you exactly, but just for your information, guys. Okay, we have MongoDB, which is a NoSQL DB. Okay, and MySQL, MS SQL, MySQL. So you have Nessus, you have all the services, and we can use the scanners, including the FTP ones. FTP, where is FTP? Yeah, this is FTP, right? So these are scanner module, and these are PDF. Okay, and you have information gathering modules. Some are for Android systems, some are for browsers, some are for cloud. So file format, fuzzers. Anyone tell me what is fuzzer? Hello.
No idea, none.
You guys do the brute forcing, right, for the on the web application?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Brute forcing is nothing but also it's also a fuzzer. Here we don't again, you can say brute force, you can say fuzzer. They're both one and the same, with a little difference. So we use fuzzers mainly to know the folders. Okay. When you do a scanning on your when you do a web application scanning using your verb suite, right? So you guys crawl the website, so that means the folder structure will be displayed on your left hand side. Okay. So in network pen testing, or if you're doing manually, we'll be using fuzzers like dub buster, dub, these kind of tools. So it will identify all the folders. See, you can first for NTP, network time protocol, FTP, DNS, HTTP. Okay. Now what inside this particular thing is nothing but no, open with mousepad. That's fine. It's a Ruby script, and it will contain all the folders name probably. So it will say for example, guys, please mute. Okay, the entire script is written in Ruby. Just whenever you're free, go through the Ruby. But all in all, fuzzer is something like you say gmail.com slash gmail slash drive, again under the drive slash my folder, under my folder. This is nothing but your URL structure, and we'll first using the these kind of tools. So all in all, whenever you're using any auxiliary, so remember auxiliaries are used for information gathering as well as for scanning. Okay. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, guys, if you have a disturbance at your place, someone can unmute and they can say yes or no. Okay, this is MSF CLI as I told you. Using command, command prompt or terminal, we can use Metasploit, and the most recommended way is MSF console. Just you have to type MSF console. That's all. It will get you into Metasploit framework, and these are some of the commands which we will be doing in a minute. These are the core commands, very important ones, and exploit payload generator database, Metasploit basics. All I want is the folder structure. I want it's not this one. So that's fine. So now encoders. So encoders are something like no, you have base 64 encoder, right? Encoding, base 64 encoding, and encoding and decoding. Those things we use just to again bypass or to reduce the size of our malicious script. You can say evasions are used for bypassing antivirus or firewall, any kind of security applications. Exploits, can anyone tell what is an exploit?
To
Hello.
gain access or control.
Okay. See, for example, right? Exploit, vulnerability, exploit, and payloads. These things are very much interrelated. Vulnerability is nothing but a weakness. We are going to exploit that weakness. So using some XYZ, scripts, and how we are literally which script we use. The scripts are nothing but your payloads. So actually, when there is a when we exploit a weakness, we exploit that using a payload, and this is a the payload is a main script which does the we call all the bad jobs. Okay. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then.
Okay. And NOPS is nothing but no operation. So whenever you're sending any payload to a victim, right, it might be any malicious file or anything, right? So if we unzip, the size will increase, sometimes decrease. This will eventually we call disturb the payload execution. In order to maintain the size of the payload, we use NOPS. And post is nothing but post exploitation. Once you compromise the system, after compromising, what are the activities you do? All these things are under here. So this again, each and every module is segregated according to the category. Windows, Solaris, Linux, we have Android, iOS, BSD languages, Mac, Firefox, we have different things. Okay. See, okay, under payloads are of three types. Okay, according to vocal Metasploit, it is of three types. But let me, if you want me to simplify, I can say two types. One is single payload. That means it is a standalone payload. Once you send the payload will execute, job done. You send the payload only in one go. There's nothing but singles. Something like, for example, if I want to do an operation on a system. Say, for example, I want to open a calculator or notepad. That is one task, right? I'll give the command, it will open. Job done. So stages and stages, these two things are like they create a kind of a connection between a victim and the hacker. No, Nankishore, if that is the case, we can literally send this and we can do the job, right? Yes, we can do the job, but every company is using lots of we call, security systems in between, right? We have firewalls, IDS, IPS, web application firewalls, all these things. So if I want to send one file, it has to go through all these security devices, then it has to go to the victim machine, which is highly impossible. So what if if you get a connection from the victim to the hacker, this is very much possible because Many of the network people, what they do is, guys, just give me 1 minute, please, just 1 minute. Okay, guys. Now the question is, the singles are payloads, single payload, as I told you, but stagers and stagers and stages. These are kind of create a connection between a victim and the attacker. So attacker can send more commands. It will be executed in the victim system, and attacker will get the response. But the same thing will not happen in the singles. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of using stages and stages? So here, say for example, you are sending a malware or kind of script, which is say 10 KB. Okay, if the file size is 10 KB, definitely what is that file size. If you have any DLP system, it will identify, hey, this is a malicious thing. What if that 10 KB is divided into 10 parts, and you say 1 KB, 1 KB, 1 KB 10 times. Once it accumulate on the end user system, it will execute. So this is the same thing what the stages and stages will do. The stages will create a connection between the victim and the hacker. Then the stages will send the payload one after the other, into a small amount. Once the entire 100% is reached, it will execute. You'll get the response. Now the question is, can we send the big files using singles? Yes, you can send the big files using singles, but again, it will be detected by the security devices. Clear?
Yes, Kishore.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a folder structure of Metasploit, all these things. So what is next we have file structures again, architecture of Metasploit. Again, go here. So this is the architecture of Metasploit, guys. So you can use this command, or you can use this image. So this is how it is. These are the modules, and these are the plugins. These are your core of vocal kind of software. These are the different interfaces which you can connect to the framework. Are you guys able to see, or you want me to zoom in?
It's visible now.
Okay.
Yes.
Again, do we need to know architecture? No. In real world, how we use is, we just scan the system, whatever we get the output, and based on the output, we try to exploit the system. Okay. So guys, give me 1 minute. Let me pause this recording for a minute.
Where?
Okay. I just installed this Metasploit 2, and the password for Metasploit 2 is msfadmin, and the username also msfadmin.
Oh,
Okay. If you don't figure out the password, like it is displayed on the home screen. If you don't see that, then you can search it on the Google. What is the default credentials of Metasploit 2? Okay, we got a called IP address of 1.50. I will go to my Kali Linux. Okay, it is pinging. That's fine. The question is, guys, whenever the client give you IP address, and the first thing you try to ping it, and if it is unable to ping the the target IP address, what you will do?
put
Maybe
the
it's
VMs in the same network.
Okay. So again, it will not be in the same network because client is somewhere and you are somewhere, right?
maybe firewall is blocking. We need to ask the client to filter our IP or
Super well, Akim. So always remember, it is the prior, the main thing is you need to ping the system. This is the first thing. So if the systems are not pinging, you need to inform the client. You need to ask him, hey, can you please whitelist our IPs and your IPs so that we can communicate with your IPs? Okay, you write an email to the client, and it is one of the what we call, step in the work background structure. Again, there's a project management thing. Okay. Now, guys, the client says, "Hey, buddy, hey, like here, and um, your target IP address is say 192.168.1.0/50. So you have 50 IP addresses. You need to do a network pen testing. So, guys, can anyone tell me what is the steps we follow for network pen testing?
Recon, reconnaissance,
We don't do reconnaissance on the network pen testing, Vashita.
then scanning mode,
Okay, but there is a process, right?
First go with the Nmap, just ping the
then
IPs,
discover.
Yeah.
then discover the port numbers, what are the services are running in those ports, what are the versions of those services, like one by one we will do.
Super Valakia. Okay. Just want to increase this font, man. Anyone know how to increase these fonts?
Control Shift plus.
Control Shift plus. Oh, it's not working. Is it a zoom? Find a multiple nodes. No, edit. What? Come on, man. Can you guys see zoom or increasing? The font size anywhere? Find replace find clear roll. Okay. Show tree. Alright. Are you guys able to see this?
Yes.
Yes.
This one? No, right? Give me a minute. Let me increase the font size. String. It's a font format. Oh. Can you guys see in your just search on the Google how to increase the font size in Cherry Tree software application? Tab width.
Now it says select the title in the title explorer. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This
Yes.
is our scope. So the first thing for network pen testing, the first step is ping the systems. Second step thing is scan the systems. Scan the SYSTEMs for live IPs. Okay. Scan the network range. I can say the range area. Okay. Range for live IPs. Then scan for open ports, services, operating system. Then fourth
Service
one,
version.
yeah, service means service version, you can say.
Okay.
Services and version. Okay. And vulnerability, vulnerability scanning, right? Okay. Guys, excuse for the, vocal spelling mistakes. So again, ping the system which we have done, we can use ping or you can use nmap and you can use everything in one command as well. But I want you guys to, learn as a newbie. So we'll be doing it, right? First thing is, where is our okay nmap? Uh, Nmap 192.168.1.50, right? So it is scanned and it is given us something like some ports and some services, the same thing. So what we do is we need to scan all the ports. So I put hyphen p hyphen. This will scan all 36, 65,535 ports. Okay. Again, I want to see the output on the screen, so I use hyphen v for verbose. Okay, is scanning. I will stop here. But again, it will give me the open ports, what ports are open, all this thing, but not the service version. So I want to include the service version as well. What I do is -s capital V. Okay, this will give also give me the service version, but the problem with me, the output I want is, I want the output in a XML format. As I told you, when you're doing the in-map training, if you take the output in XML format, you can integrate with any other tool. So here we are using Metasploit. So that is the reason I want the output in XML format. What I do is I use the same thing here, -o, capital X, say, uh, report dot XML. At any point of the time, you can press the space button, you get the status. So remember, these are the 4 steps we use for network scanning, network pen testing. After that, we do exploitation, then reporting. We take the POCs in the exploitation. What we do using the what is a burp suit scanner, right? Same thing. So for all the first three, I can use only one command. The command will be something like nmap, okay, -p -s capital V, and -v for verbose. If I don't want verbose, I can use output x, capital X, sorry, capital X. Then we can give a name for the file, report.xml. Okay. So again, it will scan for all the ports, all the TCP ports, not the UDP ports. Then versions, version information. Then I want to include the operating system as well. -o, capital O for operating system. So I get the report. Once I get the report, then I can do a what called a vulnerability scan again. So for the vulnerability scan, what I do, nmap -hyphen script, cript, right, script. Okay. Can you see RIPD script? Can you give me one script name, guys? Anyone? Just I'm giving a name. Then I
Once
just copy.
and
Yeah, I copy the entire thing here and paste it. This will do the vulnerability scan as well, and I'll get the XML. Now, if I want to convert that XML to an HTML, we have uh, XS. What is that particular command, guys? Anyone remember? XSPROC something. Then we have to give this report dot XML. Output will be what, report dot HTML. So till here, your vulnerability scanning is done. Scanning. If you're doing manually, this is manual pen testing, right?
XLS proc.
XLS, huh? XLS, yeah, XLS Pro. So again, this is an inbuilt command in Kali Linux. It will convert the report from XML format to HTML format. Okay. Now, if you want to go ahead with the penetration testing, then we take each and every service version. Then we'll go for the internet. We'll check whether we have any exploits available. We get the exploits, and then what we exploit. This is manual PT. Hey, buddy, you know what? I want to do, using an automated scanner, so something like Nessus or Nexpos. Okay. The first thing is you create a scan policy. So in scan policy, you will define, like, how many ports you want to scan. Do you want to scan, aggressive scan, kind of blah blah blah. Then you create a scan schedule. So in this scan schedule, right, what IP address, we will be doing that, in a minute. The same thing with Nexus and Expose. The terminology is different, but the concept is very much similar. Once you get the report, once the scanning is done, you take the report. Report will have each and everything, like, yes, this there's a probability, there's a vulnerability issue with this particular service, and we do have exploits available on the internet. We have exploit DB or Metasploit exploits. You come to the Metasploit, search for the vocal version, and you'll get the information. What is this? Okay, and everything is done. So let's see. Where is this report? Report.xml is here. So let's convert this report into HTML. XLS, PROC, then PROC report, right? Hey, can you give me the command, Pachita? Exact command?
Yes, ma'am. 1 second, ma'am.
Excel ST proc tracing.
XLS,
T.
T for
Excel is
Tango.
it's just Excel is proc, right?
Can you guys, come on, guys.
I just saw this. Where did it go?
It's not working.
It's XLS proc
Access.
report.xml
Okay, can you give me this one? XLS.
PROC. That's it, ma'am.
Okay,
TPROC, Kishore. T.
T.
That's all.
XSLT.
Guys, anyone, please.
Just hit enter, Kishore. Access LTP.
No. Oh, XS LTPOC. Oh, okay.
That's all.
Okay. Yep. Now we have the report. Yeah, the report is here. Then we can see Firefox. We'll open the report from here. Now, where is the report? There's a question, right? Uh, let's see here. Okay, let's move this. Move. Oh, where shall we move this? Desktop. Yeah, this is HTML report. What's wrong with this? Restart to keep using Firefox. Restart. Okay. This is the vocal scanning you have done with the nmap, and you will have your command something here, here somewhere here, and these are all open ports, services, service version, extra information. Now the question is, can you tell me which version, which service version is having issues, like no vulnerabilities? Can anyone? Don't know,
We
right?
need to check one by one.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So we go to this internet. I know VSFTPD 2.0. Just go to VSFTPD 2 dot, what is the other one? 3.4. 2.3.4. Then put exploit, rapid 7. So that's how you go to each and every, you search for each and every version. So you get some information, blah blah blah. We have developer code. That means we have something, which is MSF. Okay, and it says use this particular exploit. It's a backdoor exploit, and these are the commands. And when you say exploit, it will exploit the system. So this is nothing but your pen testing. Once you exploit the system, then you say you create a file, something like no touch, Nan Kishore, something like that. You take a POC, then you can say, hey buddy, what? Let's do this, right? Copy the entire thing. Where's our MSF control? Okay, when you want to control paste in a terminal, you have to use Control Shift and V. Okay, I will tell you these commands. Just bear with me for a few more minutes. This is done. Okay, now I want to see what kind of information I need to key in. So we have something like show.
Options.
Okay, whenever you see R host, that is nothing but a remote host. That is nothing but your target. Okay, you can use set or you can use set G as well. Okay, set R host
Yes.
192.168.1.50. This IP address of the target machine. Okay, again, show options, use the up arrow. These are totally filled. Now the command is, what, this is a basic thing, guys, what, I want to do a little bit extra, like I want to go a little bit deeper. Then you have something like show advanced. Okay, come on, show advanced FNH, probably. It's not working here, that's fine. Again, we'll go to our local browser. So we got show target, we have filled the target ID, show options, we have show, we have done that. Now if you say exploit, it is exploiting.
Phone shell.
Okay, it will get you a local root ID. So clear, guys? This is a basic, flow of Metasploit or network pen testing, more precisely network pen testing. So again, let it exploit. We'll go to our, cherry tree ones. Where's the cherry tree gone, man? Yeah, this is cherry tree. So what we have done, so whenever the client give us the, what are the range of IPs, I can put it like this as well. Dot 0/255. So whatever it may be, first scan using nmap, then use a scanner. We are using a vulnerability, world scripts, and we are doing our job here. Now, in the same way, if you want to, like in a real time scenario, you take up any company, right? Whenever they say network pen testing, you don't do all these things. All you do is you use a Nessus or an export scanner. Okay, I will show you in a minute. Then you configure everything, click on the start button, you go and enjoy. Again, you need to see whether the scanner is, scanning is happening or not. That means you need to, monitor the scan, just like what we do in the burp suit. Okay, once the scanning is done, generate the report, then see how many services versions having issues. Go to the internet and search. If you get something for the Metasploit, you can straight away use it. Now, what is the difference between a Nessus and Expose? As I told you, Expose is owned by Rapid7, the same company which owns Metasploit. So the exploits are auto inbuilt in Expose. Metasploit exploits. So Metasploit comes in two flavors. One is a free one. There's a community edition. Another one is a commercial one. It's called Metasploit Pro. Okay.
Okay.
Now the syntax of Metasploit, right? Syntax. Whenever you want to use Metasploit, first and foremost, you need to search. Here we are doing a Google search, right? VSFTP 2 dot, blah blah blah. So let's do the same thing using our terminal. Okay. Uh, who am I? Root. Okay. I IFCONFIG. See, 150. So that means we have successfully hacked the particular system. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So if I want to add a user again, this is a limited version of our root, right? So you add a user as well. User add, say Varshita. Okay. Say what else we can give? We say cat slash adc slash asswd. See, Varshita is added to the system. Now if I go to my Metasploit and my Linux system, right? Where is this Metasploit here? Ah, come on, man. Okay. So cat slash adc slash passwd. Can you see Vashita?
Yes.
So this is how it is. Now the question is it such an easy, I hack the system? This is a vulnerability system. Okay, in real time the systems are very difficult, and that is the reason we use different modules of Metasploit. Okay, and guys, you
Oh,
need to understand, hey, come on guys, these guys are, how many interviews these guys will assign me? Guys, just 1 minute, guys.
okay.
Application page, send, send. Okay, now we will learn the Metasploit. Okay, so you understood, right? What is the process? All these things involved here.
Yes, Keshav.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm just terminating this particular process. And, so I believe you understood the file structure of Metasploit. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
super. Now let's do this. MSF console. Okay, enter. I'm starting one more instance of Metasploit. So you can, you can start multiple instance of Metasploit. So one instance is running in this tab, another instance is running in this tab. So meanwhile, let me show you how we can, do a network pen testing using a vulnerability scanner, something like Nessus. Okay, sudo.
Ma'am, font size, please.
Oh yes, right. Doing that. How to set it? Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Okay. Oh guys, how do you install Nessus? Installing Nessus is very simple, guys. Just go to this say Nessus download. It will take you to this particular site. Download the software, whatever version you're using. So I'm using Linux. So that is again Ubuntu 64-bit, and this is the latest version of Nessus. Click on download. The file will be downloading in your download folder. This is a file, and this is a deb, this is a debian package. So again, to install any debian package, so what you have to do is say, let me do it here. So okay. Dpkg, this is to install a debian package, hyphen I for install, and the package name is Nessus. That's all. Since I'm using a root command, so you don't require a sudo.
Oh, one
this
second.
will this will install the Nessus. So once the Nessus is installed, all you have to do is you need to start the Nessus daemon, which is nothing but service uh, Nessus D is for daemon start. This will start the Nessus. Then Kishore, you know what? I want to start the Nessus when my system restarts. Then you have to use this command, right? You got this. Okay. systemctl systemctl nessus D enable. This will enable the what call service, um, and the service will start with your system. You need not to give this command. Whenever you restart the system, it will start and it will run in the background. So once that is done, then you have to go to your browser, then give the IP address https colon slash slash localhost host colon 8834. This 8834, this is a default port number of Kali Linux. So not Kali, Nessus. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, I'll go to this particular thing. Okay, Nessus is installed. Now I already created a default username. It will prompt you to create a username and password, and the username password which I created is this one. Again, I use a temp email. This is a username, this is a password. I will log in. Okay. Nessus professional, blah blah blah. I don't want to do it in this way. That's fine. Why I'm getting this black theme all the time? I want a white theme. Guys are able to see.
Yes,
So
it's
one
visible.
one of the question always I ask people, like in the interviews, guys, what, you are having this much of huge experience. So have you scanned any IPs? If so, how many number of IPs? He'll say, no, I scanned this many, this many. That is fine. But if you ask me, the highest number is 4,78,000. I have scanned IPs. So first we need to create a policy. Okay, go here and create a new policy. Okay, what kind of policy you want to create? So we have multiple things here. We have basic network, these are default policy. I know I want to create a custom policy. So these are all inbuilt policies. You want to do a malware scan, some credentials patch admin, web application testing, mobile device scan, whatever it may be, right? So but I want to create a custom policy which suits my organization. So as I told you, when you are using what call network testing, penetration testing, first create a custom policy. Okay, custom policy. So I'll take this advanced scan. Only advanced scan template will allow you to create a custom policy. Okay, so I need to fill up everything here. Okay, the first thing is name. Let's see, Metasploit able to, or Metasploit test. That's fine. And what else we have in the basic? That's it, right? Scanning and one system, and that's fine. Discovery scan again. See, in the discovery we have host discovery. If you want to ping the remote system, yes. Test the local Nessus host. That's fine. Use a fast network discovery. You can use this, right? Use fast network discovery. You can use it. Condition when you have less number of IPs. If you are scanning thousands of IPs, I always ask you guys to uncheck this. You are scanning for 10, 15 IPs, then you can do this. Okay, and you have your ARP, which is your address resolution protocol, which is a protocol which will be available in your local LAN. Okay, TCP/IP, you want to destination port built in. Again, we can change, or no, I want all the ports. You can put your port number 1265535. I want all the ports. Okay, yes, ICMP is fine. You want to scan UDP? Okay, there are two types of ports. Generally, we address one is a TCP, another one is UDP. The challenge with the UDP is if you want to scan again, we have TCP this much and UDP also same number. The only problem with the UDP is if you want to scan this many ports for one system, it will take at least 2 days with a good good configuration system. So for scanning the UDP, what we do is we ask the client, client, hey buddy, can you please connect with your network administrator or firewall administrator and provide us the ports, UDP ports which are open on your firewall. We will scan only those ports in majority of the time. Okay, the client will say, hey but you know what, I don't understand all these things, I want to do, I want you guys to do your network pen testing. In that case we go with the TCP, we don't go with the UDP. Or no, you want UDP as well, select this. We are scanning only one system. Okay, and again scan network printer if you have any. But again, these things are fragile things because people will be printing something, it will interrupt the printer. So blah blah blah. No, you might be asking me a question. Hey, Nankishore, no, when you're talking about network, it does include the servers, the network printers, the Wi-Fi, adapters, Wi-Fi routers, switches, everything. Yes, very much true. So, one of the, what university college in USA, that is a top, it's a good one. I don't want to take the name. It's a very good university hospital campus. Okay, they are doing lots of acquisitions and. If I take one campus, right, they got lots of IPs. That is a project wherein I scan more than 4,78,000 IPs. So they have given a separate list of IPs for IP printers, separate list of IPs for VoIP phones, separate list of IPs for Wi-Fi access points, separate list of IP for network servers and all the systems. And does this IP list contain any critical information, critical server information? So that means, if I scan them, it will, bring down the server. So that is the reason we always say, guys, please exclude the, critical servers or critical printers. Then provide us the list. So that's how we configure. So if I want to scan a network printer, again, I will create one more scan policy only for network printers. And I will scan all these things, configure all these things. Okay. Port scan, again, do whatever you want to, whichever is good for your, organization. I'll tell you how to, how to identify which is good. Again, service discovery. This is something we have to do. All TCP ports. Okay. Blah blah blah. Then identity. Then we have assessments. These are some some of things you want to do. Brute force, SCADA. This is for, industrial control systems. Web applications. So what kind of assessment you want? You want to, scan a web application, then turn on this, turn off remaining all these things. SCADA systems turn off. Okay. And you have any Windows? Yes. Do this malware. Again, you have to create a separate policy for Windows, separate policy for Linux, separate policy for network servers, separate policy for, some XYZ. Everything separate. Okay. Report format and the advanced. Okay. Now credentials. Here you need to configure your Windows as well as your Linux credentials. So for example, I am scanning a Linux system, which are 1000 or 1 lakh. Okay. Then what I do, I select the host. Okay. Then here I need to configure SSH. For remember, whenever we talk for, Linux, you have to configure the SSH. Whenever we talk for Windows, you need to configure the Windows. Okay. And not public key, I want to give the username password. So password is fine. Mm, Username is msf admin. Password also msf admin. Okay. You want to do the privilege escalation? Yes, you can select it according to your wish. But generally, in network pen testing, we don't do this thing. This will literally bring down the system, so we don't. No, Lankishore, we do have some Windows system. Create a separate policy for Windows. Here again, select should be, NTLM or, Kerberos, if you are, whatever. Just give the, Windows username and password here. Clear, guys? Up to here. Then
Yes,
Yes,
Kishore.
settings.
sure.
So you have, some of the information here. That's all done. Once this is done, you need to save your policy. Guys, give me 1 minute. Yeah, see, the host name is 1134. This is my Linux Nessus. Username password is for the IP. Now let me zoom out to see whether. Okay. Where is the policies? Policies. Did I name the policy? Policy is gone. Create new policy. Sorry. So you take the custom thing. I name the policy as one IP. Okay. I'll go to the credentials. I'll just configure the SSH. Okay. Now you might be getting a question. Then Kishore, you know what? Every system will have a different username password. How it is going to work in that scenario? Isn't it? Hello?
Yes, Kishore. Yes,
Okay.
Kishore. In a network,
So
different systems will be there. So,
yeah. So for example, say 1 lakh systems, right? 1 lakh system will have 1 lakh IPs. 1 lakh IPs. That means 1 lakh username passwords. So what the network administration will do is they will create a common account, something like admin account or scan account. it will they will give a read only permission, not the write, only read permission. Okay, and they will replicate this account in all the 1 lakh systems. Okay, those username password, you have to provide here. So do we need to ask the client? Yes, you need to ask the client. They will provide you the username and password. Okay, now our policy is ready. Now can I apply this policy to Windows system? No, because this policy is applicable only for Linux system. Now I'll go to my scans. I'll create a new scan. Okay, uh, say host discovery. Can we go with host? Okay, so META SP Metasploit description scanning, one IP. I will give the target here 192.168.1.50. And then Kishore, you know what? I have multiple IPs. Then you can use same notation what we use for Nmap, right? You can use again if separate by comma, and you can give two IPs, three IPs like this. If you want. And then Kishore, you know what? I want to scan from 61 to 70. Control V, 60 to 70. Okay, and then Kishore, I want to give a what called a complete range. That is fine. 0/255. You can use all these permutations and combinations. Okay, no, I have assist, the network administrator. Whenever you're doing a network pen testing, they will provide everything in a we call Excel format. You need to convert the Excel to a notepad, and you can add that file here. The only thing is you need to get your IP address one after the other, 192.150. Then again under that you got one more like this. Under that you got one more. This is how you need to get. Then you can add that file. Okay, so we are scanning only one system. Okay, clear, right? No, I need to schedule the scan. You can do the you can schedule it. Blah blah blah. Notification once that is done. You want any what call email to be sent? Yes. Again the client will give you the email address. That's it. I'm just saying say none Kishore at the rate say xyz.com. So you need to do your SFTP configuration. Okay, then discovery blah blah blah, we all taken care, assessment, that's fine. Where is a scan policy? Okay, so already we have scanned, configured everything there, right? That's fine. I think they have changed everything, guys. Earlier it was supposed to be different things. What is the username, guys? MSF admin, right? MSF admin, MSF admin. Okay, and plugins again. This is something like no, mine is a Linux system, right? I don't really want this. Okay, again literally disable this. Yes, I don't want this. It's not Amazon. So if you remove if you remove these things, right, it will reduce your false positives. Okay, I don't want brute force. It's not a CentOS, it's a Debian OS. CGI I don't want this. CGI is confined to web application, right? In the same way, Cisco is not a Cisco. No, this is not there. Debian, yeah, that's fine. Now I want to go to inside Debian. So just click on this Debian, and whatever you want to remove and include, you can do everything. So for Linux system, you have to do the in this way. For for Windows system, again you need to configure everything, then save. Now you have your scan. Select this and start the scan. So in real time, you do this. So in real time, now the question is, hey Nankishore, how can I get a make an effective policy or kind of thing? Now how do you do that? So the simple thing is, you take some sample IPs from different locations, different IP ranges, say around 20 30. Then you scan with a different combination. Okay, you did some little bit configuration. You scan and you see the result. Yes, this result is not enough for me to provide to the client. Then I'll tweak some more. I'll remove some more. I'll add some more. The same thing what we have done in the plugins. Until unless I get a what call the policy which is convincing, I'll be doing the same process again. Once that is done, once that is done, then I will send the email to the client. Hey client, I have done a what call say a pilot scan, trial scan. We're using this policy, and this is a result which I got, and it's convincing for me. Can you provide me your input? The client will forward that to his network department or network. They will have a communication if they want. I don't know exactly the client side, but if they want, if I'm a client, I'll definitely do that. Yes, this is addressing our compliance everything. Yes, this policy is okay. Then this is how we do. We schedule the scan. Again, the scan will run from 8 a.m. 8 p.m. to morning 5 p.m. 5 a.m. So no scan will run during the business hours. And Sunday and Saturday, no scans. There's a blackout thing. So everything we include in the schedule. I'll show you in a minute how we schedule that. And one person will be available when the scan is running because they have to monitor the scan. And one person will be available on the client side as well. He will be sending multiple emails. You know, email one, hey, the scan is going to take place in a week time. Email two, reminder two, in a 3 days time. Reminder three, yes, today the scan is going to happen. So whatever you write in the template, use the template, right? And the scan is still running. So once the scan is done, you take the report. This is nothing but your vulnerability management. Okay, based on this report, you will do the exploitation. Still running, just so far we have identified 17 vulnerabilities. One is critical. So guys, again, can you see this CVSS version 2.0 score? Okay, but here they are saying the 3.0, but probably they are using 3.0. This is the latest one. And if you remember right now in the burp suite also we use the same thing, CVSS score 3.0. So click on this, it will give you information, more information. See, it says blah blah blah, there is a slash kind of thing, UDP, RPC hyphen NFS, is something like that. Let's finish off the scan, and you have your CV information. You just click on the CV or copy and paste the CV in a browser. Okay, so NIST is one of the good source for vulnerability information, and CV is common vulnerability exposure. This is a unique ID is given for every vulnerability. Okay, so if you want to read everything, blah blah blah, but here our topic is confined to what? Metasploit. So what we do is we take this CV score, control C, we go to our Metasploit. Where is this Metasploit? Yeah. Okay, now I want to search here. Search hyphen H. I really don't know what I need to search, right? So it says, yeah, this is my command which I gave. It says no, it's for help ignore output file, blah 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 blah. You can, what you can search, you can search aka, you have any alias name, you can search with the author, ARCH. What we have CVE. So what we do is, again they have given some examples. Search CVE number, CVE colon, what is the number? Yeah. What I want the exploits. Let me search this. Okay, it says there is an NFS auxiliary module. We can use a scanner, but I don't need a scanner. I need an exploit. TYPE colon exploit. No result. That means they don't have any exploit. Or you need to look for the internet. Okay, clear guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Kishore.
Easy,
Kishore,
right?
it was
Network.
showing one exploit, right? Are we
Yeah,
not supposed to use that one?
sorry, what was your question, Alakya? Come again.
It was showing one exploit, right, for yours for our CVE ID
Okay, which one? In the Metasploit?
in the Metasploit.
Metasploit, it was an auxiliary module.
Oh,
Auxiliary module means It is used for scanning those purpose. See, auxiliary scanning. It was an
Okay.
NFS issue. Okay, let's do it in that way, right? We use again. I want to use this. How can I use? So we have a use command. Okay, use command. I can give this number or I can give this entire thing. Let me give the number first. Okay, the number is zero. No, zero. Okay, invalid. Is that zero? Yeah, the zero, right? Okay. Use exploit. Okay, use. Okay. Now I really don't know what I have to give. We have something like show options. We need to fill what? Our host. Set our host. 192.168.1.50. Okay. Now see, it says no required, required, not required. Okay. Blah blah blah. Our host is required. So we have given the our host, and let's see what else we need to fill. So all the required information is filled here. Okay. Oh, let's
Okay.
say exploit. Okay, it does, it is giving 100% completed scan, blah blah blah. So some information it has given. So let's discuss about the syntax of Metasploit. So till here we are good, right? Right, guys, you understood how we do things in nessus and expose, not expose, nessus.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
Kishore.
and how you use an nmap for vulnerability scan as well as for penetration testing. Always remember, penetration testing can be done manually. Yes, the automated scanner does a little, but we need to validate those things as well for false positives. Okay, so first and foremost, right? Step one. Step one. So use. First, you have to use. So whatever you are using exploit or you using a auxiliary. First, you need to put the auxiliary or exploit or any module. Okay. Then second one, show options. Okay. It will it will give you the options and fill the options required. Okay, third one is show payloads. Every exploit will have a bunch of payloads. Now let me tell you, right? Let's go to this Metasploit one more time. Yeah. Okay, back. Okay, so if you want to go, if you want to go out of this particular auxiliary module, you have to put, you have to type back. Okay, so now show exploits. So these are all different exploits. What all we have seen here. Where is it gone? I think probably here, right? Modules. We have exploit. Yeah, these are the exploit modules. So these are different exploit modules we have. So all these modules are displayed here. Exploit Windows Win. Again we go here. Exploits. We have Windows. Under Windows we have WIN Win. Under that you will have this exploit 045. Wins 045. Is there? Hello, guys, please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kishore.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
whenever you're choosing the explorer, right, it's always advisable to do a search on the internet. Okay, we have exploit db. In the same way, in Kali Linux we do have an exploit db inbuilt. What is that exploit db in Kali Linux?
Search ploy, right?
Yeah, search
Search.
exploit. And you can give the cv. What is that, man? What is the cv is called? Yeah, let's take a. Yeah, we'll just give this one vstpd one. Okay. See, it gives you some information, and there's a Metasploit module available for this. And these are the other kind of scripts, everything. So exploit DB, the inbuilt exploit DB is nothing but searchploit. So do your searchploit and exploit DB and little bit search on the internet, then you can come to the Metasploit. Don't straight away go to the Metasploit. Yes, people, if you have experience, you can go. If not, you will end up choosing a wrong exploit that will create a big noise in the environment, client's environment. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Okay. Now again, we have exploits, right? I said payloads. So these are all different payloads. So remember, we have 950 payloads. Which payload is come, which payload comes under which exploit? How do we know? Okay, always remember, some exploits, right? We can use straight away, which is nothing but singles. Some exploits are stages and stages. That means we require, exploit as well as payload. So now, which one will come under which one? Any idea, guys?
Pay to search it for each and every service version.
Okay, this one will come with the experience. Okay, for example, let's check this, this particular vocal, yeah, it says, we can use this payload, right? It says use payload, Linux, Unix, FTP, VST backdoor. Let's use this. Control C. Okay, I will paste it. Show payloads. So this will show, this will, show all the payloads which falls under this exploit. Is it easy?
Yes.
Okay. Now you might be telling, hey, I know Nankishore, I'm really getting confused. Yes, this is a very confusing because only with the experience and hands-on you can, clear the concept. Now the question is, hey Nankishore, I'm really, confusing. Let me do in an old traditional way. That is, I want to search the exploits according to the operating system. Okay. Then search -H. Yeah. And again, we have, what operating system, right? Do we have operating system? It should be here. Author, branch, bit, CV, check, date, description, full name, path, platform. Platform is something is operating system, right? So search is for Windows. What I want the exploits, right? See, it will give you the exploits. If you know, no, I want the payloads. It will give you the Windows payload. Okay, payload. What is that? No such result. Okay, let's type exploit. What was exploit? Is it exploit? Yeah, exploit, not exploits. Exploit. So it will give you the only Windows exploits. See, all Windows SCADA. No, Nankishore, you know what? I don't want to go with the Windows, right? I want to go with the Linux. So these are Linux exploits. Hey, you know what? I really don't know what is this, but I know, there's a service. I want to search with the service. Yes, you can. So search for H. Now, service, check with the service. Okay. Check. We have AKA, is match, okay, written by author, architecture, bug trap, CVID, expert DB, method, disclosure, description, full name, modification, description, blah blah blah, rank, reference, target, type. This is a type, right? We already given this, and these are some of the sorting things, right? So search a platform from VSFTP. Okay, let me give the same services straight away. Yeah, I can give the service name straight away. It is giving me an exploit. Okay. So now, Nankishore, one question. When I tried this command last time, some for a different service, and I got plenty of exploits. Plenty of exploits. Which exploit should I choose? So you need to see the rank. Whenever the rank says excellent, you have to try those exploit first. See, great, normal, average, check the, oh yeah, this is a, excellent one. What is this? No, see the description. The same applies to payload as well. Oh, come on, man. Can I use this Linux command slash no? No, I can't use, right? So you need to check the excellent or whatever it may be. So now it's all good, Nankishore. I got the concept of doing this. So let's go to the syntax again. Yeah. So first use, yes, whatever module I want to use, I can use module. That is fine. Exploit, under this exploit, clear the concept, right, about the payloads.
Yes,
Hello.
Kishore.
Okay.
Yes.
Again, here also show options. You need to type, fill all the options. Then, if it is auxiliary, right? If it is an auxiliary module, then you have to type run. If it is exploit module, apart from auxiliary, you can type anything module, right? I'm just telling you the exploit, right? Then you have to type exploit. Simple, right? Metasploit.
Yes, Kishore.
Okay. The only thing is first you look for an exploit. Okay. No, no, Kishore. No, I want to do a scanning of this particular IP, right? Using what called Metasploit. Yeah. Now search TCP scanner. We get anything? Yeah. We have these many scanners. So see which scanner we can use here for scanning, or UDP scanner, whatever it may be, right? So CCTV is not my CCTV is not my thing, right? Homecast no, TCP blah 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 version, FTP bombs hidden blah blah blah. This I don't use. Glassfish no. I want to do a normal basic TCP scan. We have port scan here. Okay, Control C or use number 23, right? Yeah. If I put number 23, I don't know why it did not came in the first red type 0. So this one I use show options. For exploit or auxiliary module, one option is there. So here we required RO set R 2.168.1.50. Okay. Again, I put show options. All set. That's fine. Sorry, show options, right? All set. Now it is scanning only 10,000 ports on the but I want all 65,000 or at least 25,000 ports. Okay, no problem. Set ports 1 to 20,000 put. Again, check the options, show options. Here the information
Okay.
is changed. Now, if you want to use a delay, yes, if you when uh, when you're scanning from outside, definitely you have to include a delay. Okay, I want to increase the threads. Okay, that's fine. Set threads, say 50, based on your laptop configuration. I can set 50. Okay. Now I say run. It does the port scan.
Okay. Instead of Nmap, we can go for port scan using Metasploit as well. Directly we can go, right, Kishore?
Yeah, we can do. Now the question is, let me stop this. Right, you're clear. The concept is clear, right, Alakya?
Yes, Kishore, yes.
It will give only the open ports 21, 22 row, all the open ports will give them. Okay. And then Kishore, you know what, this is is good, but I want to do something different. I have a nmap scan from my previous kind of thing. I want to use that. How can I use that? Okay. Simple thing, right? um msf console, let's see, ONSOLE. Just give me a minute. Oh man. So one of the thing is, we said we'll be using nmap as well, right? So we have done with the basic commands. How to search, how to use the exploit, what is the difference between exploit and payload, how to configure the exploit, how to configure the payload, and how to exploit and run. Now we'll work with nmap and metasploit. Okay. This is fine. Now the question is, it uses the Postgres SQL database. I want to use Nmap from the Metasploit. How can I use Nmap? Okay, then we have something like DB. Okay, let's do it again. Question marks. This will help. Okay, so go here. See, DB Nmap. We have this command, and what it does, execute Nmap and records the output automatically. That is fine. I'll do that, right? So what I do, db underscore nmap. I'll give the same command. Now it's mnet hyphen p hyphen s capital B hyphen capital O. Then I will give you the IP hyphen B webos and IP address 1.50. But I don't want to scan 65,000. It's huge, right? So let's say 1 to 1,000, 10,000 should be fine.
Onto this. Okay.
Okay, scanning, everything is in there.
Sure.
So here the advantage is the output will be saved in the database automatically. Now I want to see the output. Once the scanning is done, you can see the output. Now you might be asking, hey Nankishore, what the client has given me one more Nmap scan from his previous thing. I want to import that scan into the Metasploit and I want to look for the vulnerabilities. How can I do that? Go to MF console. It's still scanning. You can use the space bar to get the update. Okay, again, see, we have this many exploits, this many auxiliary modules, we have payloads, this many evasions, encoders. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, now PWC. What is PWC? Okay, it's not coming. That's fine. So what I do is I want to import that particular thing, right? So again, I'll put a say question mark. Let's see. Do we have any component to import? Yep, db import. What it says, import a scan result. Okay, file type will be auto detected. That is fine. Superb. Okay, db underscore im import. Okay, and where is our nmap result stored? On a desktop. So slash home home slash what is that, eagle, right?
E-
Eagle
Eagle.
desktop. Then we have report.xml. Clear? See, it will dump all the reports in this particular kind of thing. Now I want to see what is the result of this. Okay, let's see. Do we have that? Yeah. Just type host, list all the hosts in the database, and we have services, vulnerabilities, workspace, right? I forgot to mention the workspace. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, let's try one by one. So if you have thousands of IP addresses, then you say hosts. Yep. You see, Linux OS is already detected. Purpose is whatever. Now I want to look for the services. We have only one, so it displays all the services. Okay.
Okay.
Now I want to look for vulnerabilities. What is the command? vulns. What is that? vulns. That's fine.
Yes.
Yep. See, it says this is IP. This is one issue because we already use one particular uh, VS FTP service we have exploited. That is the reason it has stored that information in this database. But you know what, Nankishore, I don't want all these headaches, right? I want to do something like wherein I want to get all the exploits in one go. How can I do that? Exploit, Metasploit do provide that kind of information. That is nothing but AUTO PWN upon Metasploit. I think you need to install this upon. I guys, please go on mute. I can hear the bus on, please. Okay. Git clone, blah blah blah. Okay. Yep, you have to use this plugin. Okay. Let's do this. They have given everything. Okay, let's copy this. Control C. I'll go to the Metasploit, not Metasploit. Go to a normal terminal command. PWC, PWD, right? PWD is present working directory. Sorry. Uh, Go here. Zoom in. Control one. Plus 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 plus. Okay. Control V. Okay, it's cloning. Yep, it is. Where is it? CD Metasploit. So this is the Ruby script. Now next what? For it, cd, yep, and I copy this to framework plugin. Yep, that's fine. Control V, but again, since I'm copying into the system directory, then I have to use sudo. Yep, it's done. Then what we have? Okay, copy, that's fine. And the usage is ms load db. Yeah, guys, one quick thing, right? Now you might be asking, hey Nankishore, I understood, right? How can I trigger nmap from the Metasploit? This is what we have done, right? db underscore db underscore nmap, and we have given the command. But I want to initiate the nessus from Wakala Metasploit. Is it possible? Yes, very much. So for those things, we have one more commands, right? Again, I don't know anything command, right? I'll just put a question mark. Okay, let's see. Again, I'll go up. What we have? Do we have a load module? Yeah, we have load and load a framework plugin. Now this time I want to load Nessus plugin. So load and ESSUS. I think D. Yeah, and I think Nessus. I think yeah, Nessus. Now I have loaded the Nessus. Then I can initiate the scan from here. I'll give a command in a minute. Before that, let's figure out this auto pawn, right? So load this one. Yep, successfully loaded. That's fine. Now what? Autopan blah 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 hyphen this is the IP address, right? Uh, Then Kishore, I really don't know what is this auto PWN will do. Let's see. Uh, DB underscore AUTO PWN hyphen H. So it will give you the usage. Okay. Now what I want to give the IP address. Okay. Hyphen P is what? Hyphen P. Where is P? P. Select module based on open ports. Yep. Hyphen R. Capital R. Which one is hyphen R? Only rank module with a minimum risk. That's fine. Hyphen E. We have launch exploit against all match target. Superb. Hyphen Q. So disable exploit blah blah. That's fine. I'll give the IP address 192.168.1.50. Hit enter. Okay. Okay. It says again. This is a very old module, guys. Okay. But it still is doing the job, means that's fine. If not, we need to look for something new. Again, you can check. Now the question is, Nankishore, do we use this particular module in a real time? Big no. Believe me, this is one of the worst dangerous module. It will create lots of traffic on the internet. Literally, the network people will cry, the client will cry. It will be big escalation. So, just for your information, I'm showing this.
Sure. Do you using this DB out of and what we are trying to accomplish? Is that
What we're trying to accomplish, right? I will show you. When I imported my nmap result here, so when I say show me the vulnerabilities, it is showing only one vulnerabilities. Why? Because we have used this particular use exploit and blah blah blah. How about all the
okay?
vulnerabilities? I want to auto find all the vulnerabilities, exploit kind of thing. So this particular db autocon will do that. So it
Okay.
will it will take the it will take the help of Metasploit. It will try to exploit all the services, whatever services it can. Then if you put again this once, it will fill up all the information according to the service.
Oh, it's like automating the process. Instead of searching
Yes,
each and every service, we have
yes,
to search manually the exploit, but Autopun will do it
yes.
by itself.
Okay.
Okay.
So Autobahn is a very old one, and again, when I was doing this initially, like long time back, guys. Okay, I did this, just curious. It's not curiosity. I just want to complete my work. I just want to what call appreciate my. I want to impress my boss. So I gave this command, and believe me, there was a guy called Salim. Salim, I don't want to give his second name, right? He's a network guy. He was literally screaming on me. He's a network manager, and he was literally screaming, how can you use that particular command? You think we don't know all this thing, blah blah blah. So what I meant to say is, many things. You do all the R&D on your system, but use those things which are in line with your scope. Okay, when the client says use your Nessus or an expose, use those things. See, it is doing some kind of work, exploiting. It will create, guys. Believe me, it will create lots of traffic on the internet, in the local network. Clear?
Okay. Clear, Kishore. Yes.
Porshita,
Yes, ma'am.
clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So what I mean to say is, again, let's give a question mark here. Now let's see some questions. Not some other options. Okay, I started my question mark here. So we are clear about the banner. Question mark. CD color is nothing but the banner color will change, and connect. This particular thing is, say for example, there is a telnet port open or FTP port is open. You can use this connect command. You can try to connect to the particular port. Okay, now I'm just giving in real time we don't use these things, right? We don't use this connect, debug, exit is to close the kind of console features, get g. We don't really use all these things. Okay, we use load option. We use you can save it. Set, we use set, not set g. Set g is nothing but a global set. So that means, since I'm using only one IP, right? So I can use setg, and next time whenever I use any other service, I need not to set the R host. It will, do this. So threads, spool again. These all we don't use, and unset to remove that, R host thing. Okay. Uh, these are some of the commands we'll be using it tomorrow. So these are all falls under our medium level of Metasploit, wherein we exploit more services. Then we connect with them. And for example, Alakia is in Chennai, okay, and I will send a file to Alakia using social engineering technique. Alakia will click on the file and she'll be using the system, okay. But in the background, right, I'll get the connection of Alakia. I can take, I can without a notice, I can turn on a camera. I can take the screenshot, all these things. So this all comes under the medium level one. In the advanced level one, we'll look for the reverse connections. Okay. So these are some of the commands. DB connect. If you want to, I don't want to use Postgres SQL. I want to use MySQL because the client says Postgres we are not supposed to use. Need to use MySQL. Install the MySQL. Then you can use this command to connect to the MySQL. Disconnect to the database. Export. Now these things export is, now you have used the Nmap using Metasploit. If you want to export the Nmap result from Metasploit to other tool, you can use export. And import, right? You are importing the other tools result to Metasploit. Nmap we have done. Previous case, we don't use much of this. Okay. Host and services vulnerabilities we use. Spaces, workspace, right? Now let's work on the workspace. Before that, let me finish off this. Okay, this all we'll do tomorrow. Okay. Now, what is workspace, guys? Any idea? Workspace.
It's like a different project. Every project we can create different
Ah,
workspaces. There we can save
yes,
it.
yes, exactly. Okay. Say for example, you are a team lead, right? You are working on multiple engagements. So one engagement is, say for example, I'm doing for a Citibank. Another engagement I'm doing for American, Bank of America. So I can create one workspace for Citibank, one for America. Then I can confine all my testing activities to the particular workspace, just to segregate your work according to the project. Can you see the traffic
Like
here?
an
See the traffic, right? What is this? Okay.
like an environment. Hello.
Yeah, guys. Oh, the system crash. Expected behavior. It's all because of auto PAWN. So auto prone will have the ability to crash a system as well.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So Question is, do you want to use auto PWN?
No, it is not allowed, right? Sure.
It's not allowed, but it is just for your information, and you don't find the tool anywhere on the internet. If you want to take any video training or YouTube, they don't use it. It's a deprecated, but again, we don't really use that. Okay. So now the question is, guy, after completing the Metasploit training, right, you will be telling, hey, Nankishore, what, we can literally, create a malware and we'll integrate the malware into a PDF and we circulate the PDF on the internet. Can we do that? Yes, but ethically, no. Don't do that. Okay. Ah, what? What is the color, man? Civil War, right? Toggle color. Oh, okay, color tree. Okay, that's fine. So now workspace, right? Okay, SPSE hyphen H. I really don't know anything, man. I want to use H. Okay, if I want to add a workspace, I say yep. I can use A, and I say Citibank. By the way, these things are only for example purpose. I don't work for Citibank, for your information. Okay, I want to create one more workspace for say Bank of America. Okay, now what is my workspace? So I am in Bank of America. No, I want to move to Citibank. How can I move to Citibank? So just give the workspace, then Citibank. Okay. Now check. I'm into Citibank. Now you do all the activities. That activities will be saved in Citibank. I want to delete Bank of America. Yeah, you can delete, right? Workspace hyphen D is for delete. Yep. Now again workspace. See, it's gone. Clear the concept of workspace, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Kishore.
So it's almost all 1.5 hour probably. What time we started?
2:30, Kishore. Now it's 4:30.
Oh, 2 hours.
So 2
2 hours,
hours.
right? Can we stop and resume the work tomorrow? And I believe, Vajita, this will address your concern for tomorrow.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Good
Okay?
day.
So please, guys, again, I don't want you guys to go for, behind hundreds of videos or PDF. Stick to the basics. This is, all whoever create any kind of PDF or video, most probably they use this content. Okay? Offensive
Okay.
security one. All you have to do is what? Metasploit unleashment. Simple Metasploit unleash. You'll come to this particular page.
Okay. Then,
Okay, so you have to use
Okay.
this. And GitHub, you can go, you can use GitHub to get more information on different things. We do have a wiki here, so that will give you information about the latest version, kind of things. Okay,
Okay.
5 minutes.
then
Yes, guys. Yes, Vashita, tell me.
I'm still not able to use that, open that VM.
Sorry.
I'm still not able to create a Metasploitable VM.
Hey, first and foremost, right, in order to create a metasploitable to VM, all you have to do is first create a dummy VM. Okay, go here, create a new VM. Okay, same metasploitable to. Okay, and again it's a Linux one, so use Linux, and you can use say Debian or any kind of yeah, Ubuntu 64 will do the job. Next, okay, your RAM, your processor. Next, when it says create a virtual hard drive now, instead of that, select this, use an existing one. So here you need to select, unzip the folder and select, click on the add, and select the what the file, right? This for VMDK file, virtual machine data files. That's all you have to do. Then start. It will start.
Uh, I did the same run, but it is showing some idle task error quitting something.
Which version of what call, VirtualBox you're using?
VirtualBox, huh?